The Maori Party co-leader, that's Debbie Ngāriwapaka, she wrote an absolute snorter for the Herald last Wednesday. She neatly explained how she divides New Zealanders into three groups. 1. Tangata of the whenua, people of the land. 2. Tangata of the tiriti, that's people of the treaty. And 3. People like the majority of us. She leaves no room for doubt that her schema is hierarchical. The people of the land were first and had no need for the treaty. The people of the treaty need the treaty, recognise treaty partnership, and are comfortable loudly declaring they are recovering racists. Now, this is a leader of a political party in New Zealand. I'm going to reread this because it just shows you the screwed up mind people like this really have. She leaves no doubt for the doubt that her schema is hierarchical. The people of the land were first and had no need for the treaty. The people of the treaty need the treaty, but they recognise treaty partnership and are comfortable loudly declaring they are recovering racists. So what she's saying here, that if you are one of these silly people who have bent to the nonsense from these radical Maori, and you are saying, oh yes, we should have the Maori wards, oh yes, we should give them all that land without them proving anything, and of course we should certainly give them all our foreshore without any questions. Well, what you're saying to them is that you are a racist and you are a recovering racist. Well, if you're happy with that one and look a bit stupid by believing all that, well, that's fine. Join the ranks of Ascender Ardern. Now, these people stood side by side with us fighting for Maori wards and other causes dear to the Maori Party. So I would say here at the moment, if it's dear to the Maori Party, I would certainly turn my back on it, because I cannot believe that the Maori Party is much good for anyone unless you are one of the Maori elite. If you're a Maori, who the hell would want the Maori Party representing you? They're using the Maori. The Maori are just fodder for the cannon as far as the Maori Party goes. That's pretty obvious to everyone, isn't it? Anyway, she says, this Packer woman says, that treaty people report the violence of white supremacists who are scared what Maori will do if the balance of power tilts. I tell you what, I'm terrified. That's why I'm very pleased that I've got all my family except one all now living and doing very well in Australia, and they don't have to listen and put up with this nonsense, this crap, this dreadful rhetoric coming from that dreadful racist organisation, the Maori Party. I am a one person, one vote sort of person who wants the law blind to skin colour. I am fearful of the balance of power shifting in favour of one race over another. It's unclear whether for Miss Ngāriwapaka that makes me a white supremacist or not, but clearly she has me down, and probably the majority of New Zealanders, as a non-recovering racist, which is at least next door. In her schema, all non-Maori are racist, with her distinction being those who are recovering and those who are not. This is ridiculous. And people voted for a clown like this? She's got such a screwed up mind. This is... I'm a bit speechless reading this. I really am. Miss Ngāriwapaka tells us she is excited as heck, because as she sees the tangata whenua and tangata tiriti are uniting as a nation while everyone else is being left in the past. Well, maybe, and maybe not. And of course the New Zealand Herald, they published that, but if you really wanted to publish a probably an opinion piece opposing that, they would tell you to stuff off. They wouldn't print it. So what's not clear is whether there's a lot of racism or just a lot of people who completely disagree with this crazy woman, Ngārewa Packer. Now, you do realise that it is this crazy woman that Jacinda Ardern is dealing with to organise that we have split administration in New Zealand, that is racial discrimination and splitting our democracy right down the middle, because for some reason she has this strange woke idea that New Zealand should be jointly administered with strange people like this Packer woman and with the rest of them. Amazing stuff, and I cannot understand how people would support her on this. You would have to be an absolute woke, or you'd have to be an absolute dumb bum of the first order to even agree that this is a good move. It is important at this point to highlight the following. The Maori, yes, the Maori are using the same technique as I of China and Putin of Russia. That is to bully and keep bullying their target audience until you wear them down. The Maori are bullying us from every quarter at present, and the weak world and easily led amongst us, they're wilting and they're giving in. And one of those, of course, is our woke Prime Minister.